What's up there, YouTubers and fellow riders? Today I'm going to be showing you how to increase horsepower using the 3 buttons on your DynoJet Power Commander. Stay tuned. What's going on there, YouTubers and fellow riders? Kim is back at it again in the garage. Doing a little tune-up on my bike, and I wanted to see about increasing some horsepower throughout the RPM range. And right now I got this all apart and just cleaning out my spark plugs. They're a little fouled up, but at any rate, I wanted to show you guys a quick tip on how to increase horsepower using your Power Commander. And basically, if you guys don't know, the Power Commander just basically manages the fuel system. It either adds or takes away. And once you download your custom map, it's good for the application that you're using it for, but you may want a little more out of your throttle response. You maybe want a faster takeoff, or maybe you want to increase fuel in a higher RPM range, maybe when you're midway through or in the higher RPM range. And today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. There's not a lot of YouTube video tutorials out there that show you how to adjust the Power Commander using these 3 buttons, and I kind of wanted to do that for you guys. So stay tuned. Let me get this thing set up for you, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so what you're going to need in order to program your Power Commander or adjust the fuel levels is you're going to need to tie down the clutch cable or the clutch lever. And I'm basically using some zip ties. You can use a bungee cord or some tape or what have you. But we need the clutch lever pulled in order to start the bike. This is basically a 3-handed job, and we're just basically freeing up one hand. So once we start the bike, we're going to be holding down these 3 buttons, and this basically puts the Power Commander in program mode. Now normally when the Power Commander starts up, you watch these lights flash back and forth, and then it comes to a rest. After about 4 to 5 seconds, the Power Commander then shuts down for a quick until you actually start the bike. And this is one of the reasons why you can't put the bike or put the Power Commander in program mode with the bike not running. I have seen a tutorial, and then there's very few tutorials out there on how to program this, and this is kind of why I wanted to do this for you guys. But there are tutorials that say you can actually do this with the bike off. I found that not to be true. So what I'm going to do for you is prove that to you right now and show you the Power Commander as it shuts down, or as we turn the power on and it cycles through and then shuts down. So here we go. And there you have it. Power Commander is now shut off, waiting for the bike to start. Now, once we have the buttons, all 3 buttons depressed, and we start the bike, the Power Commander is actually gonna, it's not gonna cycle through. It's actually going to stop at a rest right in the middle. If you have the fresh map straight downloaded from DynoJet's website. So with these 3 buttons pressed and you start the bike, the Power Commander is going to land the green light right at this 0. And once you see that, you're going to go ahead and let go, and now you can go ahead and program it accordingly. Now some of you might be asking, why do you want to go ahead and change this? Well, there's a number of reasons, but for the most part, some people want a little more horsepower on the lower end, or in the mid-range, or in the higher RPMs. And this is basically adjusts the fuel level at each of these levels right here throughout the RPM range. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up for you so you guys can see, and we'll enter the Power Commander program mode, and I will show you how to adjust these. Now it might be kind of loud because I'm going to have the bike on, so I might have to actually do this a voiceover on this so you actually can hear what it is I'm saying and how to program it. But it's really quite simple. So hang tight while I go ahead and set that up for you. Alright guys, so I'm ready to go ahead and start the bike up. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my hand on these 3 buttons, and I'm going to press them all in at the same time, all down. And like I said, this is basically a 3-handed job, but that's why we have the zip ties to hold in the clutch cable while we start the bike. So I got all 3 buttons pressed down, and I'm going to go ahead and start the bike. Now this is going to get kind of loud, so I'm not quite sure how well you're going to hear me, but like I said, if in the video recording I can't hear myself, I'll go ahead and do a voiceover. So here we go. All 3 buttons pressed down. As you can see, if you do nothing, the power commander go ahead and returns back to its normal mode. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shut the bike off. So if you do nothing after holding down these buttons and it enters its level zone, and I believe the first level is going to be your low level that it displays. If you don't do anything with these three buttons within about 5 to 10 seconds, or maybe even 5 seconds at that, the power commander goes back into its normal regular mode and displaying its fuel output. So let me go ahead and do this again, holding down 3 buttons and starting up the bike. Okay, so we're in program mode now. In order to increase fuel, you just basically tap each button. In order to decrease, you hold down the button and you can watch the level drop. That means we are decreasing fuel in the low range. Now I have mine set there. Now we're going to move over to the mid. Okay, and the same thing for the high. Right. Then you let it be. And the power commander returns back to its normal display mode. Alright, so some of you might be asking, you know, what are the benefits of adjusting it like this? Like I said, maybe some of you might want a quicker launch when you take off, or you're a little sluggish on the low end. Then you would go ahead and increase fuel in that area. I've been told that like somewhere in the high range, if you want kind of like a turbo takeoff feeling, you go ahead and you increase your fuel. This also helps out if you're running a little bit too lean or a little bit too rich. If you're getting too much fuel, you can go ahead and adjust that, bring that lever down or that level down, and to help decrease the amount of fuel getting thrown into the injectors. So right now, what I'm doing is I got a little richness going on. My plugs are got a little bit foul, not too bad, but I kind of wanted to see what the feeling was like when I made these adjustments to the power commander, and see if it makes a difference when I'm going out my rides and hitting those higher RPMs, higher speeds. But at any rate, guys, I hope this helped you out. It's a quick little tutorial for you, a quick little tip on how to adjust your power commander. As always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video. If you have anybody out there who is not subscribed yet, please have them subscribe. It helps me out greatly with the channel. And I want to thank you, all you new subscribers, for joining in, and stay tuned. A lot more coming. As always, I'll see you next problem.